Welcome to the FIM E-Xplorer World Cup as we step into season number 2. As the world's first off-road electric bike series heads into a second year of competition, our season 2 calendar broadens, sprawling across 5 countries, 3 being new to the series. 8 rounds of racing offering riders and teams plenty of challenges and excitement on the journey to determining the championship winning team. We open the season here at an exciting new location, Osaka, Japan. A new specially designed track will host racing here, and it begins with a tight right turn right after the start, jump, sharp left, 2 small jumps and 90 degrees left, into the whoop section, a technical part, sweep for overtakes, hairpin into a step up and tabletop, tight right after the drop, jump, a rhythm section with 3 jumps, left bend, a bigger jump into some acceleration chop, and 2 jumps separated by a small one into the back straight, left hairpin and over the finishing line. Tabletop and hard right to another jump, and that's how a lap looks in Osaka. It is expected to last less than 50 seconds. One of the most incredible aspects that E-Xplorer has created, as well as promoting gender parity in motorcycle racing, is that it's become a melting pot, bringing talent from many different motorcycling disciplines: motocross, supercross, enduro, sand racing and even trials, all looking to push this new electric racing era in an entirely new category. The 2024 rider lineup sees fresh blood including Jess Gardner and Francesca Nocera, P2 and P3 in the 23 World Enduro Championship respectively. Tosha Sharina, straight from Dakar, and MXGP rider Stuart Edmonds line up against the likes of Sandra Gomez and Jorge Zaragoza, Explorer's 2023 champion team. Both Sandra and Jorge back for season 2, this time competing for opposing teams. Let's hear the reigning champions.
I was the winner together with Sandra last year, and it was an amazing experience. I enjoyed it a lot. The truth is, to be racing an electric championship is something very different, but it was super fun, and yeah, that's the reason why I'm here again, because I want to do that things again and try to win this year again. I will fight for it.
Last year was amazing. Every race we were learning. It was a new everything, new bike, new team, new teammate, everything new. So, well, I arrived to the races just to see what it was and enjoy the places and the people, new people. So, no expectations. So it was good, and I started to feel good on the bike and good results. We started winning.
Last year was different because the race was like only 1 lap and was together with a woman. So this year will be more like motocross style, like 10 minutes racing all the guys together. And for me, I like more because it's more fighting. It's, I think, more real racing. So yeah, we will see if it's even better this year.
Osaka boasts a bustling cityscape with an array of historic venues and landmarks. Osaka Castle acts as a reference point since the 16th century, while various shrines and temples are bringing memories from the past. Being the 3rd most populous city in Japan, Osaka offers a vibrant nightlife, with Dotonbori being considered one of the best places to go out among tourists. FIM E-Xplorer's home for the weekend is the Expo 70 Commemorative Park, a picturesque setting that is home to over 5,000 Japanese cherry trees beside the iconic Temple of the Sun in the Festival Plaza. The governor of Osaka, Hirofumi Yoshimura, paid a visit to the venue, adding to the prestige of the event, a unique moment both for him to mark the beginning of this exciting season and for the participants who were excited to be here.
I haven't been to Japan, no, this is my first time here, and yeah, I'm excited to get racing. I love the area. We're in a super cool area, a lot of nice people, and the event's honestly blowing my mind out of the water right now. Like this venue is crazy. We are by a massive sculpture and there's a little pond in the background, and it's just so cool to be racing in like a massive park in Japan.
Absolutely love it. The Japanese people are so helpful. It's so clean and everybody's just been so welcoming, and yeah, it's a fantastic country. I'm looking forward to seeing a bit more of it.
Japan's amazing. It's a place I always wanted to go to and visit, and what better way to visit than doing it on two wheels. So yeah, it's been amazing so far. Still have a lot to see in Osaka, but really enjoying the country so far.
The most interesting thing I find with the E-Xplorer series is that we get to go to amazing countries across the world, and we are literally in the middle of big cities that I never thought we'd be able to ride a dirt bike, and obviously these are, yeah, the bikes are unreal and very surprising how powerful they actually are. So to be able to go to new countries with the awesome Explorer family, it's really nice, and I think it'll be very rewarding.
Let's now take a look at free practice. A change in the race format for this season sees individual male and female full grids, racing with points accrued, counting towards overall team standings. After free practice, riders will move to qualifying to determine rider order for the gate pick in their 3 point scoring races. Men's qualifying is underway, each rider looking to set their best lap time, which will determine rider order for gate pick in the racing. HRC's Sharina on the number 68, debuting the CRE Proto, and the reigning 2023 E-Xplorer male champ Zaragoza, both setting a quick pace early on. Jorge in the lead with a time of 41.717 seconds. Sharina in second with 41.901. Gravity's Andreas, Indy's Wilton, and the 260 of Woodcock for Bonnell Racing, all setting competitive times, currently rounding out our top 5 qualifiers. Andreas, who has been building on his lap times, has a great run here now, sitting third in qualifying with a 41.718 second time. Zaragoza has already improved and is clocking high 40s now. He is looking confident and comfortable, pushing the Starkwagen after plenty of time in the seat, testing the technology in the off-season. Sharina can't improve his 41.221 for first. He stays in second. Jack Field looks like he is out here with what looks like a mechanical problem. Woodcock and Spencer are trying extremely hard for a lap time improvement. Spencer can't improve, Woodcock does improve, but not his position. Diving into the women's qualifiers now, and Nocera, Germond and Schlosser all quick to post some top lap times early. Francesca Nocera records a time of 46.092, 3 minutes into the session, and gets on top of the leaderboard. Sandra Gomez on a fast lap gets in second, 3.5 minutes into her session. 2023 E-Xplorer champion Gomez now finding her feet, looking ever more comfortable out there on board the Stark, picking up the pace and looking to pip Nocera for the top qualifying time. Nocera is recording a great lap with 45.554 and is in the leading position. Nocera leads, Gomez in second, Schlosser in third, and Germond in fourth, who tries and improves her lap but not her position. As we reach the halfway point of the women's quali, Gomez has posted a time of 45.507 seconds, moving her into pole position. Nocera is riding that Honda oh so well, but unable to find the extra time needed to match Gomez of Ind-E Racing. Tanja Schlosser is having a good 8th lap, and this is making her feel safe in the top 3. Virginie Germond is trying to break into the top 3, but she can't make it. Francesca Nocera is keeping the pace really high, but she is not able to reach Sandra's peak. She stays just 0.03 seconds behind. And now Sandra Gomez is deciding to finish off in style, the reigning champ really hitting her stride here at the end of her final lap, clocking the overall best time of 45.42 seconds, 0.130 seconds faster than Nocera. New to the championship, Schlosser claims third.
Big thing for us because electric bikes will be the future, and to start from now, I think we have in the future an advantage because we start earlier this project. For sure, in I don't know how many years, but motocross, supercross will be, in my opinion, this kind of bikes, and we are here also to develop for the future.
Interestingly, for Indy Racing, it's the first race. It's a team that's represented from India. So far in the history of the country, we never had a racing team from India representing the World Championships, and we are here to change that narrative. You know, it's great just being here in a World Championship. I would love it if we can make it to the podium, but if not, you know, it's a great experience that we're having today. We are here to win. I mean, even though it's our first race, I think it's a great experience just to being here, but the riders are fully motivated. I think we have the world champion from last year, part of the FIM E-Xplorer Season 1, and I'm hoping that we're going to get some good results this year, and the country is really waiting for us to get onto the podium, and it'll be an amazing win if we can just get onto the podium in Season 1 and in our first debut race. So yeah, it's great expectations from the country actually.
And we are now ready to go with race number 1. All riders for each category are competing in a heat of a duration of 8 minutes plus 1 lap. And here is the lineup for the first heat of FIM E-Xplorer 2024 here in Osaka. In the lineup we see Jorge Zaragoza for Robbie Madison Racing, Tosha Sharina for HRC, Alex Andreas of Gravity, and then Spencer Wilton, Dylan Woodcock, Stuart Edmonds, Jack Field, and Yoshikaz Osaka. Listen to that silence before the start of the season in this new format. And they are all off. And Tosha Sharina is down at the first turn. Field is getting caught up with him there as well. And it is Andreas and then Zaragoza and Wilton as they go into the wooden whoops. Zaragoza overtakes Andreas at the hairpin before the step up with Woodcock down in third. Jack Field from Aussie is out of the race in lap number 1 with what looks to be a mechanical issue. Into lap 2, and reigning male champ Jorge Zaragoza has managed to extend his lead over Alex Andreas of Gravity. Both on Stark Varge bikes here. Zaragoza leads the race comfortably at this point. The defending champion showing us what he is made of. Behind Woodcock, who is third there, is a three-way battle between Edmonds, Wilton and Sharina, who is trying to recover, and Spencer wins the battle, getting fourth. 3.5 minutes into Heat 1, and it is Tosha Sharina riding the electric prototype of HRC who is pushing to recover from the crash he had in the first turn. He is in fourth, in front of Spencer Wilton. Right in front of him, Dylan Woodcock is chasing Alex Andreas for second on his free ride. And again, lap by lap, they land, drop off almost side by side. He is looking for that opportunity. Look at them at the drop off, neck and neck. Jorge Zaragoza of RMR leading comfortably. Andreas, Woodcock and Sharina on the whoops, and Woodcock makes his move at the hairpin before the step up, and he is in front of Andreas of Bernal. He overtakes a bike with twice the power, with Tosha Sharina breathing down their necks. Let's take a closer look at these incredible e-bikes. The RMR offering big power with 60 kilowatts, but heavy at 120 kilograms. Compare that to the Oz E of Gardner, down 20 kilowatts of power with 40, but 15 kilograms lighter. And finally, the Bernal racing bike with just 18 kilowatts of power and weighing in at 112 kilograms. We are sitting approximately 2 laps before the checkered flag, and Sharina makes his move on Andreas. The HRC rider gets his Honda prototype in front of Gravity Stark into third. Jorge Zaragoza looking smooth on his start with Woodcock in second and Sharina in third. So much drama, so much suspense, so much going on in front of our eyes. And that's how they finish This first race of the season here in Osaka, what a performance from Jorge and RMR. A win with 12.842 seconds to Dylan Woodcock for Benell, followed by third place Tosha Sharina and HRC. Alex Andreas for Gravity in 4th, Spencer Wilton for Indy in 5th, Yoshikaz Hosaka in 6th for Calvin with Bivouac Osaka, and Stuart Edmonds and Jack Field conclude the leaderboard. Our Explorer women are next, and they line up for their first race of the season. It is Sandra Gomez for Ind E, Francesca Nocera for HRC, Tanya Schlosser for Gravity, Virginie Germond for RMR, Jessica Gardner for Oz E, Neve Holmes for PCR, Kirsty McKinnon for Benell, Yuka Sugahara, the local hero from Calvin, with Bivouac Osaka. And off they go! It is a great start from Schlosser of Gravity getting the lead, Gomez close behind, and drama at the second turn as third place Nocera drops her Honda prototype, taking Gardner down with her. The HRC rider may be pushing too hard there and unable to find the room as Gomez powered the Stark through the preferred line. The rest of the pack is on the technical wooden whoops. Schlosser fighting to keep her lead now with our female champ reeling her in. They are now halfway through the first lap. RMR's Germond clear in third position currently, and Yuka Suganana following in fourth at the end of the first lap. It is Tanya Schlosser and Sandra Gomez right on her wheel as they are riding into lap number 2. The Gravity rider holding her own. Evenly matched on the start, so it's down to the talent of the young Enduro rider versus the confidence and plethora of experience that Gomez brings riding for new team Indy. Tanya completes the lap with Sandra just 1 second behind her. She pushes as much as she can. Look at her drifting, almost out of the track. They are in the third lap, second turn, third turn, and they are on the whoop section, almost parallel to each other. What a fight we have on our hands here as these two riders go neck and neck, fighting for position. Schlosser is doing her best to keep the experienced Gomez behind. Virginie Germond in third place for RMR, and just a few seconds behind her, a fight for fourth between Kirsty McKinnon and Francesca Nocera. In the fight for the lead, Sandra in now less than a second behind Tanya, looking for the right moment to attack, and she is closing in, neck and neck on the whoop, and she passes before the jump. What a move, her experience and her patience paying off here. She took advantage of the slight mistake of Schlosser there without any hint of hesitation. Sandra Gomez for Ind E laps Holmes and has clear track ahead of her to extend her gap from Tanya Schlosser even more. Both of these riders on Stark bikes. Germond is sitting comfortably in third, is on the whoops now, nice and easy does it, she doesn't want to mess up here. She is a few seconds behind Sandra and Tanya with a comfortable gap behind her. Nocera putting the Honda to work and managing to fight her way up into fourth now. She's made up a lot of time here, but is there enough of the race left to see her battle for a top 3 position? She is doing everything that she can here. She is pushing that bike as hard as she can. She is fighting and fighting hard. We're on the last lap now, and it seems that the writing is indeed on the wall. Sandra Gomez leading the pack for Ind E, a very comfortable gap from Tanya Schlosser. Sandra Gomez in first place, Tanya in second, but it's all locked on for Sandra. Virginie Germond in third for RMR, and Sandra wins the race. An incredible win for the newcomers Indy and defending champion Sandra Gomez. What a race and what a ride from defending champion Sandra Gomez.
keeping focused and keeping riding in my best, and I thought I could win, so I could. I am amazing.
You are amazing,
happy.
yes.
I'm happy.
Following Sandra Gomez, Tanya Schlosser and Virginie Germond are Francesca Nocera in fourth for HRC, Yuka Sugahara for Calfin with Bivouac Osaka, Christy McKinnon for Bonnell, Jessica Gardner for Oz E and Neve Holmes for PCR. A notable finish there from Japanese rider Sugahara being the first of the GT class bikes to the finishing line. Her consistency shining here as the wildcard entry for Team Calfin with Bivouac Osaka, and she should be commended, applauded and congratulated by the Japanese crowds watching on. The FIM E-Xplorer World Cup is still a young project and fresh faces will be tested this season. The 2024 season is full of ambitious new competitors. Let's hear some of the first timers sharing their views on the season.
I think also in recent years, what I'm seeing across all of the disciplines is more and more girls actually riding, just not so much more and more girls competing because we don't have the equality across the championships. It's really refreshing to see a championship that's brought that equality in such an early stage of it.
Always a new project and like this super young project is extra motivation and for my career, and yeah, super excited.
I'm very excited about it. I never rode at the FIM E-Xplorer, but I think it's a pretty cool event. I've talked to the guys, they are pretty nice, and yeah, track looks good, and we will see what the days will bring.
E-Xplorer race, it's a phenomenal race. I've always actually kept an eye on it last year, and some of the riders that I knew were riding in it. Yeah, we're just going to come here and try to win some races. Last year I seen a couple of people that had raced it and kind of got my interest in the race in itself. And just it was a different concept. It was nice to have a male-female concept on the teams. It's nice to be able to see teams like that being able to bring male and female into it, and then the racing schedule and how it was, just kind of the interest, and then more importantly it's electric as well, so I can see a lot of the things in the future going, definitely going towards that, and there's a lot more things, electric cars and everything starting to be pointed in that direction, so I can see where it won't be racing a lot more electric bikes, and yeah, so that's the interest in it, where it came from for me, and I just, yeah, that's how I kind of really looked into it last year.
The men are ready for race number 2 and they are positioned behind the starting gate. Jorge Zaragoza, Tosha Sharina, Alex Andreas, Spencer Wilton, Dylan Woodcock, Stuart Edmonds, Jack Field and Yoshikazu Hosaka are ready to go. Off they go! Look at how Tosha Sharina of HRC with his Honda is quickly getting a lead, followed by Spencer Wilton and first heat's winner Jorge Zaragoza. Spencer Wilton drops in third, Zaragoza in second as they arrive at the whoops after an unlucky moment at the first race. Tosha is proving he is ready to deliver, leading the pack. Spencer Wilton is third, the Bonnell rider quickly finding fourth place with a pass on Gravity's Andreas, but Andreas keeping close. And Woodcock has also passed Andreas. Tosha manages to keep Jorge behind until lap 3, but Jorge Zaragoza is picking up the pace, poised to overtake the HRC machine and rider, and yes, there it is, he will now overtake Tosha Sharina. Look at him go. Zaragoza is now the race leader. You can feel the intensity. This narrow track is pushing riders to search for tighter lines through the corners here, or to look to keep on the electric power and blast around the outside lines. Plenty of fantastic bar-to-bar action here in Osaka. The battle for places 3 to 5th is fierce. 2.5 seconds separate third from 5th. Spencer Wilton is still in third, followed by Woodcock and Andreas. Look at them blasting through the first sector of this track. This action is wild. Zaragoza leading the pack. A battle for 6th overall and 2nd in the GT class scene here with field of Oz E Racing and PCR's Edmund. The Osaka track not lending any favours to the shorter travel in the suspension of the EBMX and Suron bikes. Field with a passing move, using everything he's got on these evenly matched bikes. Zaragoza laps them though, showing Stark's potential. RMR and HRC riders both securely sitting in first and second respectively. The focus now shifts to our cluster of riders fighting for the other positions to round out the top 5. It's Wilton holding third, Gravity rider Andreas returning the favour with a pass on Woodcock, really taking advantage of the extra power that the Stark Varge possesses, but the fight between this trio stays on. Final lap now and Zaragoza is way out in front of the pack. This track lending itself to the MXGP riders' form, pulling 10 plus seconds on the Honda and in turn Sharina with almost 10 seconds over Ind-E's Wilton. Wilton flowing well and keeping calm despite both Andreas and Woodcock gaining on him. He will hold P3 as the checkered flag flies on race number 2. A fantastic race with a strong lead from Zaragoza, quite a gap to Sharina in second, Spencer in third for Ind-E, Alex Andreas for Gravity, Dylan Woodcock in fifth for Burnell, Stuart Edmonds in sixth for PCR, Jack Field for Oz E, and Yoshikaz Hisaka for Calfin with Bivouac Osaka. Here we go with heat number 2 for the women. Lined up at the start, Sandra Gomez, Francesca Nocera, Tanya Schlosser, Virginie Gelmond, Neve Holmes, Jessica Gardner, Christy McKinnon and Yuka Sugahara. 5 seconds to go, the pressure is real and we're off for heat 2. And the gates drop. Gravity rider Schlosser with the whole shot here. Gomez getting cut off from her inside line through turn 1 and it's knocked her to the back of the pack. It's Schlosser, Gelmond, Nocera, but Nocera attacks on the whoop section and is in front. And then there is a small cluster of our GT riders pushing close behind with a three-way battle between Holmes, McKinnon and Gardner, while Gomez trails behind looking for a gap. Schlosser leads comfortably as they are working towards the end of the lap, the rest still close together. Second lap is on and the leaderboard looks the same as lap number 1. Tanya of Gravity is working hard to extend her lead, but look at how the rest of the girls are trying to stay close. Right behind her, Nocera and Germond right there, breathing down her neck. But Tanya manages to extend her lead by the end of lap number 2. Nocera, Germond, Gomez, Gardner, Neves, McKinnon and Sugahara at the end of lap 2, all close to each other. Look at these gaps, around a second to each other. Virginie Germond is trying to hold off Sandra Gomez here, but Gomez is not giving up without a fight. Virginie Germond over the step up, Gomez still behind but pushing all the way. We're heading over the technicals. Can Gomez catch Germond here? Gomez is going to take her. She's going to get her over the jump. She's holding on, but Gomez is in front. Sandra Gomez takes Virginie Germond for third place. It's now Schlosser, Nocera, Gomez and Germond. HRC's Nocera is closing the gap to Schlosser. She is right on her wheel for this lap, getting in turns, side by side, and Schlosser makes a mistake on the whoop second. She loses some time. Nocera doesn't forgive her. She overtakes. HRC's Francesca Nocera is now leading the race. Gardner suffering a mechanical issue there. There's now some distance between the Hyper and GT classes. Mistake from Nocera on the jump. That almost cost her the first place position from Schlosser, but she's managed to recover. Schlosser now is 2 seconds from Nocera, with Sandra another 2 seconds behind, but closing in. She is even closer in this lap as they pass turn 3, heading to the wooden whoops. And she makes the move, and Schlosser can't hold the position at the same spot she lost the lead from Nocera. Gomez is unstoppable. She has amazing pace. She is closing the gap to Nocera in first. Can she make it on this last lap? No, she can't. The CRE Proto really showcasing Honda's technological prowess in its maiden event here in Osaka. Nocera gets the win for HRC in the second race of the first round of the FIM E-Xplorer here in Osaka. Another race on the books with Francesca Nocera scoring the first win for HRC in this electric world. Sandra Gomez second with a solid performance for the new team from India. Tanya Schlosser brings gravity on the podium once more. Then Virginie Germond, Neve Holmes, Christy McKinnon, Yuka Sugahara and Jessica Gardner. As we are heading to the last and decisive race, this is where experience may prove to be as important as ever. Racing neck and neck with the rookies are the riders that were also part of the first season who tried to transfer their knowledge to this new season, even though most of them are competing on brand new bikes.
I think they're very intrigued to see how it goes. Like, we have HRC here now, and Stark is coming, and more bike companies are starting to get involved, and more eyes are coming onto this series. So I think it's only going to grow, it's only going to get better. Each round last year got better and better in my eyes, so everything's just growing, and it's a new series, so it can only get better at each round and keep climbing the ladder to be one of the best series eventually a few years down the line.
Last year was my first year racing an electric bike. It was so different to what I'm used to, but yeah, it was really cool experience, and I definitely think it's going to grow from here. So looking forward to a new year racing the full championship. So I know I raced a couple of rounds last year. I know there's some new girls this year who maybe haven't raced last year, so I'm hoping a little bit of experience might help this year.
Season was amazing to get out and race the first season of the E-Xplorer. We had a great time. I raced with my partner Rihanna, and we got to travel the world with our son and check out all these amazing events. This year I'm racing with Jess Gardner, and my partner is being team manager, so it's keeping all the family involved and having a whole lot of fun, so super excited. Yeah, so the new format this year is going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of bar-to-bar action, really close racing. Last year was great, but this year we're really going to step it up, and the action's going to be intense for the crowd. We're going to show you guys what these new bikes can do.
E-Xplorer in itself is quite different than everything else I've done before, because it's not motocross, it's not supercross, it's not enduro, so it's a mix of both, or of everything, and so it's always exciting. You never know what you're going to get. Last year was like, we entered as a wildcard team, and I didn't do the first round in Spain, I got to do the other rounds, and it was like insanity, like doing a race in Switzerland on top of a mountain, then going to France, then even Sardinia, which is like my second home. It was really cool for me and was a cool experience, meeting all the people and being able to race on this platform. And I think we did really good last year, and I'm looking forward to improving this year.
Moments before the start of the final races, it is interesting to compare the changes electric power brings to a racing format like this one. The larger hyperbike class has a clear overall advantage over the GT class. With a longer wheelbase and more travel in the suspension, we are seeing hyperbike riders being able to call their position to GT class riders to limit otherwise problematic overtaking. A somewhat eerie silence ahead of gate drop builds a unique and remarkable suspense to what is traditionally a noise-fueled adrenaline rush, all adding to an exciting new era of racing that E-Xplorer is pioneering. The men are lined up for the final time here in Osaka. Jorge Zaragoza has shown the skills and the experience he gained from Season 1. The defending champion, he already has 2 wins in this fledgling season, but for the rest of the podium, there is all to play for. Zaragoza and Andreas neck and neck out of the first corner. Sharina playing it safe and keeping on 2 wheels to avoid the kind of drama we saw in race number 1. Wilton looking strong, and the battle is on between the hyperbikes as they enter the wooden whoops. Burnell's GT rider Woodcock managing to keep in front of the HRC rider as they skim across the impressive stack, but Sharina takes him on the inside of the corner. Looking back through the pack, we need to make special mention of Team Kaufman rider, our Japanese wildcard, Osaka. He's held off both Field and Edmund for this first lap on a bike that is lacking the power of both his competitors. Into lap number 2 and Zaragoza stays on top, but we have a huge battle from the 2nd to the 5th position. Look at how close they are, almost 1.5 seconds separates them. We are watching some top level racing here. They are bar to bar, they are fighting hard, and this could be anybody's race. RMR Zaragoza pulling away as the battle intensifies between the rest of the hyperbikes. Andreas, Wilton, Sharina and Woodcock. Sharina in front of Wilton in a big fight for 3rd position. Andreas now between Zaragoza in 1st and Sharina in 3rd. Putting it all on the line, Andreas makes a mistake. The HRC rider quickly moving in to take that position. Wilton down now. The pressure of a final points grab really pushing the limits of our riders here. Zaragoza in a comfortable lead here. He is absolutely flying. This is why he is a champion. I think it's fair to say Zaragoza and the Stark really showing how much difference time in the seat can make. Having been testing with the Stark since early 2023, he's pulling an advantage close to 2 seconds per lap over the rest of the field. Sharina settling into a rhythm and distancing himself from the battle behind. Gravity's Andreas holding strong in 3rd and not giving an inch to Bernal rider Woodcock, who is breathing down his neck. Look at their battles and how hard Andreas fights to maintain the gap. Jorge Zaragoza is storming to victory here, and Sharina is enjoying some good distance from the rest of the competitors behind him. Alex Andreas is cementing 3rd despite the crash he had in the previous lap. Dylan Woodcock is the one who is trying to steal 3rd place from the Gravity rider, but this doesn't seem to be an option. Look how comfortable Zaragoza is leading the pack. As we see the checkered flag, it will be Zaragoza for RMR making it 3 from 3 here in Osaka. HRC's Sharina cruising through in 2nd, Andreas and Gravity rounding out the top 3, ahead of GT class entrant Woodcock for Bernal. And he will celebrate his victory just now as he is finishing 1st for a 3rd consecutive heat in the men's group. Tosha Sharina will finish 2nd.
¡Guapo! ¡Guapo! ¡Qué grandes son! ¡Epa! Vamos! How's it? How do you feel?
Super good. I just win the 3rd race also. Super happy to win the first race of the year, and yeah, can't wait for the next one.
That was a phenomenal drive. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Grande Ale!
Alex Andreas gets the last podium spot. Woodcock, Wilton, Edmonds, Field and Osaka conclude the leaderboard for the men's 3rd and final race. It's go time for the decisive heat of the women's group. Silence before the last start for round 1. And our E-Xplorer women take to the track for the final race. Schlosser with great consistency on her starts, leading Gelmond and Nocera out of the first turn. PCRE's Holmes with a great start on the GT, sitting bar to bar with HRC for the first corner. McKinnon's going a little bit wayward here. She's going to hit the dirt. She's down. Yellow flag. McKinnon crash. The women's pack is blasting down the track on their first lap for the final race of round 1 in Japan. Gardner in front of Gomez as they are towards the end of the lap. Schlosser in the lead, Nocera in second, Gelmond in third, Holmes and Gardner for Aussie Racing battling for top GT spot, and Indy's Gomez in between is looking for any opening to make a move through to third overall. Second lap now, and after picking off the RMR rider, Honda's Nocera, we see her looking for an opportunity to pip Schlosser of Team Gravity. She is closing in turn after turn, and she passes through on the third lap on the exact same spot she overtook Schlosser. Race after race, Nocera now leads the race. Gomez has worked her way through and is gaining on Gelmond. The Indy rider made light work of that pass and now sitting in third. In the battle for the top two, Tanya is trying to keep up with Francesca, but she has set a great pace. Look how she moves in the jumps and the turns, delivering all HRC could hope for in this final race of the day. Schlosser looking to keep the pace on her gravity-backed Stark Varg, but slowly falling back with Indy's Gomez on the hunt. She is riding flawlessly. It's clear to see she will be holding the fastest lap time for race number 3 and proving she's got the ability to defend her title in Season 2. You are watching some amazing riding on this narrow and incredibly demanding track. Sandra attacking, turn by turn. We are working now towards the end of the third race. Just look at how the reigning champion is now pushing Tanya Schlosser, and she makes her move, and she did it. She gets in front, and she is already putting distance between them. Final lap, and Francesca Nocera has put some distance between her and Sandra Gomez. Sandra is closing in, but it won't be enough as we see HRC and Nocera take the final win of the day for our women. Gomez, the reigning champion, maintaining second, and Schlosser crossing the line in third. Holmes in P1 for the GT class. What a win for Nocera, but what a race for Gomez as well.
Yeah, man. First time India is making to the podium, by the way. First time India is making to the podium in the World Championship. Woo!
I think third. I think third for team.
Third for team and number one.
I think maybe one or two.
One or two. So good stuff.
How you feel, guys?
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, we definitely need a starter on the bike.
Yeah.
We need to work a little bit. It was the first day with the bike yesterday, so I'm very happy. We are improving every moto, so that's it. I think that's the way. The championship is too long, so that's good.
Virginie Gelmond in 4th place for RMR, Neve Holmes in 5th for PCR, Christy McKinnon in 6th for Bonnell, Yuka Sugahara and Jessica Gardner conclude the leaderboard. The first round in Osaka is over. Jorge Zaragoza of Robbie Madison Racing was the fastest male rider, while Sandra Gomez of Indy Racing stood on the top spot as the fastest female rider. Team HRC with Francesca Nocera and Tosha Sharina claimed the overall win in Japan. This leads us to the first season leaderboard after one round here in Osaka. HRC in first and 132 points, just 1 point behind Robbie Madison Racing at 131. Indy Racing, one of the new teams, already in third place, just 10 points behind third at 121. Gravity in fourth and 118 points. Burnell in fifth and 101 points. PCR E-Performance in sixth and 89 points. 85 points for Calfin with Bivouac Osaka and 81 for Oz E. Demanding days of racing, the competitors are enjoying the closing ceremony with the winners being rewarded and everyone spending some relaxing moments with each other. Here's the men's podium. Just look at the joy and emotion as they get awarded for the very first time in this exciting season that is still yet to unfold. Third place for Woodcock of Burnell. Second for Tosha Sharina and HRC, their first endeavour into this electric world. First and undoubtedly the winner of the event, last year's champion Jorge Zaragoza, and the champagne will flow. The women are welcomed to the stage. Tanya Schlosser, what a result in her first endeavour in the sport. Third place for Gravity. Francesca Nacera racing for HRC in their home event, taking second place on the podium. And saving the best for last, last year's champion Sandra Gomez proved her skills and experience and is on top of the podium. What a fantastic result for Ind E. And of course, we have the champagne. And now time for the team's podium, as this is a team sport first and foremost. And on the top step of the podium, it's HRC, one of the biggest motorsport teams and constructors in their first step into this electric world using a prototype bike. They claim the first round of the 2024 E-Xplorer season. And because it's a team sport, look at the support staff. All together, it takes a huge team to work and win. The champagne is strongly deserved by each and every single one of them. We also caught up with the winners, and here is what they had to say.
Weekend and really Saturday in the first free practice, I've been feeling good, and yeah, the first race did a mistake and just had some physical problem, but then managed to get it back, and yeah, we had 2 hits win, so really good. Everything was new for me, new bike in the last moment, new team, everything, and I think I did a good job. Every moto I was improving a lot. I never passed the bumps before we come here. I did, I think, more or less okay. I need to improve a lot more, but I think I did good. I'm proud of myself. I also won the first one, so I think I did a really good job. I would like to win all the 3, no? So I will improve myself also in the motocross style to be more than ready in the next one. Like to Europe and ready to race. I think we will push each other, no? Yeah, exactly. I think it was amazing races towards our race. We did a good job and show. We will fight, and I think this is good for all of us.
It was a lot of fun racing with the guys.
Exactly.
And we were pushing a lot. And yeah, sometimes we had some contact with each other, but yeah, that's racing and that's fun.
I think that my bike is super good. You know, I've been training with the start for a few months already, and I feel super good. And also, you know, with this track, for me was perfect, and yeah, the day was amazing. I'm super happy to be here. It's super different that I normally ride, you know. We have to improve in our ride and in our bike too. I think we have a really good bike, everything new for everybody, but I think it's a perfect format for everybody to see this kind of races, and from the public, fans, and for the cameras, of course.
Track was great, like one of the best ones we've had so far. It was a bit of everything for everyone, and it's a bit low on the power, and got to hope for some logs and some slower bits because I can't keep up with these boys down the straights. But no, like I said, everyone's got to be here, and you got to be in it to win it.
A truly remarkable start to the 2024 FIM E-Xplorer season, and what a unique location Osaka has been. We trust you enjoyed the electrifying action. Follow along with the series on socials and stay tuned for the next instalment.